going on, everybody? Tombstone Jones back again, out and about, enjoying this nice day. Was in the house for a little bit, but decided to get out and go for a cruise and hook up a little bit of that smoky smoke. And if anybody really cares and they keep trolling and saying, "Oh, you shouldn't smoke weed," da 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 da, I'm fully licensed, patient through the state of Pennsylvania. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It helps my mental health. It helps my sleeping patterns. It helps a lot of things. But anyway, this is, I guess, a little bit of an opinion or a reaction to a video I just watched about a half an hour ago. Anthony Fantano on his second channel uploaded a video speaking about an artist whose name currently escapes me. I know I should have written it down and just watched the video. I should remember it, but basically they were saying like you should be fully silent during like opening acts, and the support artists playing in front of the headliner and everything. And I'm going to preface this by saying that as a person who has been to, probably about 24 shows as a spectator or a concert goer, and, probably played about another 30 or 40 shows as a member of a band, I've been on both sides, and I can tell you that I've been to shows where there was a decent amount of conversation in the crowd, but it didn't overwhelm the artist playing on stage. And also, as somebody who's played in bands, thankfully, I was in a metal band. We were loud enough that we could just turn up and, couldn't hear really anybody out in the crowd. But I've had shows that we played where I saw people, conversating, talking to whoever, sitting at the bar with their backs turned to us, drinking during the entire set. And I didn't care. I was there to play the music, have fun with my friends, maybe get paid 10 or 20 bucks to play the show, because we didn't play a lot of shows that, made a huge amount of money at the door. We played a lot of bars and VFWs, and we did play some, outdoor shows and stuff, but it was never like, oh, we made 300 at this show. And like, it was never about the money either. But, it's cool, if there was 25 or 30 people watching us, even if we got 2 or 3 people out of that group interested, to go listen to our music, or, come hang out with us after we played, or, even come to the merch table and buy a CD or a shirt to, further the support and influence the band has, on people, and the effect that has on their lives, hopefully in a positive light. But when you're an up-and-coming artist, you need to have confidence and set ground rules and have respect for yourself when you're sharing your art. But you can't have this idea that, everybody needs to be quiet during your set. That's too hard to really command. In a group of people, there's always going to be one dissenter. There's always going to be one person that is going to say, "No, I just don't want to follow the rules, man." And if that's a rule of the venue, then yeah, follow the rule of the venue. But in my opinion, as someone who's been to some crazy shows, who's seen some wild things, who's seen some shows stopped and people be removed from the crowd by security because they were fighting, or they were just being a general nuisance, they were, groping on girls and stuff like that, just, general bad behavior that you wouldn't normally do outside of a venue, then yeah, that's that. If you're violating the law or the rules of a venue, then you, by all means, you are a bad concert goer and it's bad behavior. But to tell people they're not allowed to talk during your music, there's only 2 situations where that works. One, where you're somebody like Billy Joel or James Taylor or, Neil Young, and you're playing soulful acoustic music and you expect everybody to hang on your every word. That's understandable. And 2, if you are a local artist and you build up enough, name recognition and respecting the community, and you announce like, "Hey guys, if you're going to talk, please speak quietly," or if the venue you're at has an area where you can go and talk and come back, you can do that. But that also brings up another point, because a lot of shows I've been to, the only area to really do that where you can actually have a full conversation is either outside, and not everybody wants to go outside because that's where the smokers hang out, or if it's a sketchy venue, maybe you don't really want to be outside more than you have to. And also, there's a lot of shows I've been to where you go away from the performance area, from the stage, and maybe you are gone for a few minutes because you had to go to the bathroom, or you went to the merch table to check out what they have, or you went to grab a beer, and you're gone 3 to 5 minutes at most, and your spot's gone because it's standing room only, and whoever was behind you or next to you moved in your direction and took your spot, and now you're stuck behind everybody else, and maybe you're stuck behind all the tall people, or you're stuck at like the edge of the pit where you don't really want to be at, and you end up kind of a victim of your own decision at that point. So it does go both ways. You can't be a rude jerk when you're at the show, but as an artist, you just have to expect the unexpected, at some points. Because I've been to some shows where, like I said, where I saw some wild stuff happen, and the artist wasn't rattled by it, and they continued the performance, and I think they actually gave a stronger performance after the interruption or after the tribulation they faced. But if you're going to see an orchestra or a philharmonic, yeah, of course, or an opera, yeah, of course you're not expected to talk during that. But when you're playing in a bar, full of people on a Saturday night, and you're an acoustic person playing, a set of covers and maybe a few originals, you can't tell people to be quiet because, there's people probably in the background that are going to be playing pool, that are going to be buying drinks, that are going to be talking to their friends, that are going to have their backs turned to you, and you're just going to have to kind of deal with it until you either break through far enough that people, really start digging you and taking you seriously, or just say, oh, only friends and family can come. Don't open for any national touring acts, and, that way your feelings won't get hurt. But, yeah, that's all for now. Stay up, stay positive, stay smiling. Have a good day, yo. Later.